Hey, what's going on? What's going on, man? Listen, man, it's your boy. I'm back again, right? The umpire, Aaron Mars, right? Aaron Mars, the umpire, upholding the integrity in the workplace, upholding the integrity in life. Come on, man. Let me go. Listen, man. Listen. I got a message for you today because this is so important, man. Because right now, man, some of you are stuck. I mean, you're completely stuck. You're stuck in life, right? You're stuck in your job. You're stuck in whatever. You might be coaching a team. They might be stuck, right? Everything that is connected to you, right, might be stuck, right? But today I come to tell you, man, because I want to get you unstuck. Like, I want to get you out that place. I want to move you out of the current place that you're in, right, into a place, right, where you can begin to receive new information and not only receive it, right, but move on it, right? Understand this, man. One of the major reasons why in your organization you cannot optimize productivity, right? Your incidents are still happening. Things are not being fixed the way that they need to be fixed is because there are people in your organization that are stuck. And if you don't have the opportunity to move them from where they are to where they need to be, your organization is going to continue to operate as an organization that's stagnant and stale and stuck in one place, man. But let me slow it down, man. Let me slow it down because this is important, man. This is important. Listen. I remember in high school, right? High school, the first time that I ever was challenged like this, right? My position coach in high school, before my junior season in high school, made it very clear. He made it extremely clear to me that conditioning, right? Conditioning was more important than actually playing the game of football. Listen, I played football, right? And I made it all the way up through college. I played in high school, I played through college. Listen, man, but listen, this was a pivotal point in my playing career, but not only that, as an individual, as a person, as a leader, as somebody that was going to go out in the world one day and have to produce something of value out in the world, right? He made it clear that if you're not in shape, you can't play for me. Like, if you're not willing to take your conditioning serious, then I can't put you in the game. I can't trust you, right, to be who I need you to be or who I see you as, man. Listen. And in that moment, right, I only saw it as the conditioning part, right? But listen very closely. It's more to it than that. Right? My coach was basically shifting my philosophical beliefs, right? He did it in such a way that now I understand what it meant. I understand what it is, right? It means that until you empty the tank, right? Until you could completely deplete yourself, right, of what you're currently in right now, which is, sometimes it's in that particular situation, it was because you was fresh, right? You were fresh. You had fresh legs. You weren't physically exhausted. But until you empty the tank, right, you cannot begin to receive new information, right? His thing about playing me was the fact that I can't be coached until I am completely exhausted. Like, I can't take what he's giving me. I can't become the player that he thinks that he sees in me. That I can't do the things on the field that he's trying to get me to do until I am physically exhausted. I have emptied the tank. I have completely finished everything everything that I had in me, I put out. And listen, man, right now, some of you right now, in your current work environment, in your current situation, right? And it just spills over into other aspects of your life, in your current relationship with your spouse, in your relationship with your children, right? Come on, man, listen, this is important, because you practice this day in and day out, right? Because you're not willing to empty the tank at your organization, at your job, at the task that you're assigned to do, at the things that you're asked to do every single day, right? You cannot receive new information. Meaning new information, meaning that vision that seems to come and go and sputters out at times, and the dream that you talk about all the time, but you just can't seem to get past level 1, right? Which is just the conception of it, right? You can't seem to put something in order. You can't seem to follow through on certain things, right? Because you have not emptied the tank. Man, like, you gotta empty the tank. Like, what do I mean by that? What do you mean by empty the tank, Mr. Aaron Mars? Well, I'm glad that you asked, because what I mean by empty the tank is that whatever it is that you're asked to do, right? Whatever it is that you're asked to do, you do that, right? You do that, right? But then, on top of that, right, you set your own benchmarks. Listen, man, I coach a football team, a youth football team, right? And I'm putting this in at a level that's where kids can understand. Listen to me, right? There's certain things that I ask my players to do, right? There's certain things that but I also challenge my players to, man, you gotta set your own benchmarks. Like, you gotta set your own benchmarks, and then you gotta reach and achieve those benchmarks. See, man, listen, the conditioning was fine. Like I made it through the conditioning. I wasn't dropping out of the conditioning at all in practice. But the problem that my coach had with me was I was in the back. See, I completed it, did everything they asked me to do. I didn't take any sprints off. I didn't take any conditioning stations off, but I wasn't in the front. He saw that I wasn't challenging myself. I wasn't challenging myself to be more than what I could be. I wasn't challenging myself to really fully exhaust myself in the process. And a lot of times right now, a lot of us right now in the workplace, right? We are not challenging ourselves to fully exhaust ourselves. You're doing everything that you're asked to do. You're doing your assignment, but you are not saying, I want to be in the front. I want to deliver the highest value that anyone could deliver in this company. I want to be the one in the forefront. I want to be the one that does the best job. I want to do the best quality job. I want to be the one that goes and is seen doing things like showing up first and leaving late. I want to be that person that always completes the work in the deadline that I'm given. Not only that, but I'm also willing to complete the work sooner than the deadline every single time. And let me tell you something, man, that philosophy changed my life, because when I got to college, I earned my degree with the same philosophy, right? I challenged myself, while most freshmen and sophomores were taking 12 and 13 credit hours, right? I was taking 18, 19, and 20 credit hours, going overtime. Understanding that, listen, if I get done with this path early, there ain't nothing against that. But at the same time, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna challenge myself. When I went into the insurance business, I was selling insurance policies, auto and homeowner policies, life insurance policies, and things like that, right? Yeah, there was a benchmark that I had to meet in the early stages of that career, right? But I always went over and above, right? They wanted me to do like 20 policies or so like that. But when I start doing 50 and 60 and 70, man, I start earning awards that nobody else earned in that district. Listen, man, on my last in my last position that I was in, before I started doing this full time, right? I envisioned myself doing this. I went and got me a camera, and I just started talking into the camera just like I'm doing right now. Every time I had the opportunity to talk to a group, they wanted me to talk on a specific topic, but I always went to the next level. I always tied it into something with life. I set my own benchmarks on top of the fact that I did exactly what they wanted me to do. I completed what was asked of me, and then I completed what I asked myself to do. That's empty the tank. Somebody got to empty the tank today. Somebody got to empty the tank today because, as I said before, your vision, your dream is not up for negotiation. It's not up for negotiation. Like there's no reason why you should not be adding value to the world in the way that you see yourself adding value to the world. Whether it be within an organization, whether it be on your own, creating your own thing, right? You should be adding the value that you see yourself adding. And you won't get to that point until you make up in your mind that you're gonna empty the tank. Somebody gotta empty the tank today. Somebody gotta empty the tank today. Today is a good day to start. Empty the tank. Don't leave nothing else. Don't leave nothing else. And I guarantee you will begin to get new ideas. You will begin to do things more. You will begin to have opportunities that didn't show up right. Listen, man, listen. I was speaking to groups before it was even being asked of me to do so. But guess what? Right now, I'm being asked to speak to groups. I'm being asked to speak to organizations. I'm being asked to speak to kids. I'm being asked to do the things that when I set my benchmarks above what I was asked to do, now I'm opening, there's doors that's opening for me that weren't open to me before. Ideas that's coming to my mind because I decided to empty the tank. I made myself coachable and able to receive new information. How do you get this inside your organization? How do you have this level of momentum? How do you get your employees to grasp hold of this concept? Let me let you know one time. Legacy Economics Group, I'm gonna let you know 2 times. Legacy Economics Group, I'm gonna let you know 3 times because the sun's shining. Legacy Economics Group. We have the curriculum to move the needle in your organization to get you from where you are right now to where you want to be. And it starts with moving your people. You got to be able to get your people in a place where they can begin to create momentum in their own personal lives. Create momentum in the tasks that they're doing for you. Create momentum within the organization. We got to be able to do all those things. But they can't do it unless they are emptying the tank. Day in and day out, shift in and shift out. They got to empty the tank. And as a result of that, your organization will go through that same process. Emptying the tank. You'll have new ideas. You won't be doing the same old, same old. The marketplace is shifting fast. You got to be able to come up with new ideas every 2-3 years. You got to trash your old ideas and come up with something new. And because it's new and innovative, because there's another up and coming competitor coming into the market to try to take what you've established. And that is your brand placement. And you must have the ability to shift and move and have the capacity to flex when it's time, when you're in an environment that is very, very hostile and very competitive. And how do you do that? You got to get your people to empty the tank today. So once again, it's your boy, man, the umpire, Aaron Mars, here to uphold the integrity in the workplace, here to uphold the integrity of life, right? For Legacy Economics Group, I'm going to call those things that are safe, and I'm going to call those things that need to be called out. Let me tell you something. And today is the day. Get with Legacy Economics Group. It's your boy, over and out.